Former Sioux City police officer Brad Ector faced a judge today after entering guilty pleas to charges of simple assault and interference with official acts.
Yeah, prosecutors asked for a 15-day jail sentence, which is just half the maximum sentence. Defense attorneys asked for time served, as Ector has already spent 1 day in jail. KTMU's Matt Hoffman was in court today. He joins us live in studio tonight. Matt, did the judge make his ruling today?
Yeah, Jessica, not yet. The judge said he needs more time to rule, and he says he'll listen to an audio recording actually made by Ector on the night he was arrested. The judge denied KTIV's request to shoot video of the proceedings. So the video you're seeing, we're showing you video of Ector testifying in his capacity as a Sioux City police officer during a murder trial that actually happened back in 2022. In Ector's own case, the now former police officer entered a guilty plea earlier this month, but prosecutors and defense attorneys didn't come to an agreement on sentencing. So that means Ector admits he's guilty, but it's up to the judge to decide the sentence. Judge Mark Cord didn't say how quickly he'll rule, but he says there will be no further hearings in the case unless Ector appeals his sentence. Now, according to the Woodbury County Sheriff's deputies who responded to Ector's home, Ector was, quote, very argumentative and didn't want to cooperate, end quote. Initially, Ector was charged with domestic assault for causing harm to the victim. That's his wife. Now, in court, Ector says his wife actually contacted prosecutors asking for the charges to be dropped, but he says prosecutors ignored her. Now, for their part, prosecutors argued Ector knew better because he was a police officer at the time of the incident, and that because of his education, that should actually be an aggravating factor against him. Now, this case is being prosecuted by the Plymouth County Attorney's Office because Woodbury County prosecutors have a conflict of interest and because Ector remains a government witness in some pending cases.